Guys, I need a break. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Tori, and today I want to talk a little bit about the break that I am planning on taking from YouTube in the month of October. So the first thing that I want to say, because I am sure that a bunch of you are going to click on this video and be like, oh my gosh, she's leaving YouTube, she's quitting. She's not quitting, okay? I am taking a break off in October for multiple reasons. First of all, I've been wanting to unplug a little bit this year, and I haven't really had a good opportunity to do that. And moving into October, I realized that this is kind of the best time of the year for me to do that. And I really want to pull away from social media for a month and just completely have a reset, really lean into my family and some of the projects that have gotten pushed to the side through the rest of the year. And I love making videos, and I'm actually very kind of 50-50 split on how I feel about taking this break, because I really want to keep making videos. I have a bunch of ideas that I'm really excited about. So it's not that I feel like I'm burned out of YouTube specifically, but I'm also really relieved at the idea of just taking something off my plate for the month. So some of you know that this year my grandfather moved into a memory care facility because he is in mid-level Alzheimer's, and it's been really hard on my whole family, just trying to be there for him however we can, trying to make a lot of big decisions, a lot of transitions. And at the same time, my mom and I are estate cleaning, essentially, him and my grandma's house. And we're going through 50, 60 years worth of my grandparents' life. And I really want to lean into helping with that this next month, even more than I have been before. It's been taking up a lot of our time and energy, in a good way, because it's something, it gives us something to do, if that makes sense. It's been something that, for me especially, has felt like I'm being useful, and it's been a way to work through the grieving process and recognizing that I'm putting this chapter of my life to rest in a way. I'm going to try really hard not to get emotional about this. My grandfather is somebody that I'm very, very close to. He's been a huge influence on my life. He's my last living grandparent, and he was really the person who sort of kickstarted my love of storytelling when I was very young, and we're kindred spirits 100%. So he's a person that I hold very, very dear, and so watching him go through this disease has been incredibly difficult. It's been a lot this summer. Besides my grandfather, my mom was also hospitalized at the end of August, and thankfully she's okay. But there were some, it was kind of sudden, and it was sort of a big deal that was almost something really scary, if that makes sense. And it's just kind of been one of those years where it's just one thing after another, and I feel like it's just kind of been chipping away at me a little bit. I think it's really hard to admit when we're tired. I think it's really hard to admit when we are existing on borrowed steam, like the last fumes of energy. And I'm really tired, you guys. Life has been a lot lately, and that's okay. And I'm doing fine. It's just being willing to admit it and recognize that I need a little bit of a step back, a little bit of a breath is important. And I've always been a big advocate for people taking breaks and being human. So I'm trying to follow my own advice here, because I do think that everything's been really heavy this summer, and for a lot of different reasons. And I think that giving myself a chance to step back, take some things off my plate. I've removed a bunch of my social media apps from my phone to eliminate any kind of doom scrolling so that I can really lean into other things. That's going to be really important for me and my family this month, because to be perfectly honest, my emotional capability has been highly diminished with everything going on this last year, and I want to be able to give them more of that space this upcoming month, and potentially longer. I don't necessarily think it's going to go longer than October, I've already got some plans coming up for November, and I will have probably at least one Motley Crue chat in October that was already set up prior to me making this decision. It's very bittersweet at this point because I don't want to take a break from YouTube because I love what I do, but it's kind of a self-intervention at this point where I know that something's got to give and I need to take care of myself and my family first. So yeah, I'm excited about it, and I'm still going to be reading. I'm not doing a TBR game for October or setting any kind of expectation. The other thing that's really fallen by the wayside this summer is my writing, and that's something that I really want to get back to. So I'm also going to take this opportunity where instead of filming and making videos, I can put that time into spending a little bit more time with my novella, and then of course book 2 from Legends of the Bruhai, which I'm really excited for you guys to read, and I really want to get through that so you all can continue on in the series because I am so excited to see what you all think of it. And I think that a lot of the things that you were asking for at the end of book 1 are going to be definitely answered in book 2. So having some time to write, having some time to really focus on my family, spend time, you know, supporting my parents as they're going through all of my grandfather's estate and all of that. Yeah, but let's talk a little bit about what I am planning on reading in October. I only have a couple books to share with you at this point because I do want to mood read my way through most of October. However, I did have a buddy read that kind of came out of the blue. I've been wanting to read Dracula by Bram Stoker for quite a while, and it was either this year or last year that you guys voted it as a priority classic for me on the community post. And my friend Casey also wanted to read Dracula in October, and I said, you know what, let's do it. Let's take a little trip through classics for October because I have been wanting to get to more classics this year, and this is a perfect opportunity to do that. Perfect season to read it. I even have a post-it note that says read with Casey in October because otherwise I would have forgotten. But yeah, so we're gonna try and read Dracula in October, and I'm actually really looking forward to that because I've read so much fantasy this year, which of course I love, but I'm definitely ready to genre hop a little bit, and I'm hoping that October is going to give me the chance to do that. Secondarily, my patrons voted on our October read-along book, which is going to be And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, which is another book that I've been really excited to read. It was one of my priority reads for 2025. It's short, it's a mystery, murder mystery, but it'll be my first Agatha Christie book, which I'm very excited about, and I think it's going to be a blast. I can't wait to read this. And then finally, for my in-person book club that Ben and I do with some college friends of ours from ages ago, we've been doing this, I think, for at least 9 or 10 years now, which is kind of wild. We're going to be reading To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I've also never read this. This is another one of those books that people said, oh yeah, I read that in school growing up. And as a homeschooler, I had a completely different literary list than a lot of my peers did. And so this is one that I actually didn't get to when I was a school age. So I'm really looking forward to reading this and having a great discussion about it. We always have really fabulous talks between the four of us after we read, and this one I'm sure will be no different, so I'm really looking forward to that. And again, it's not super long, and it's something outside the fantasy genre, which I'm really looking forward to. Other than that, I'm planning on just mood reading and just kind of seeing where inspiration takes me, what I have time for, and just letting my shelves kind of dictate what I'm feeling that day, what I want to read. I might taste test a little bit, and it'll be really nice not to like set any expectations, tell anybody what I'm reading. It's just going to be a way to completely reset and unplug for a bit. Trust me, I will be missing making videos for you guys this month. I'm already missing it, and I knew that if I didn't film this video and commit to it, I was going to back out. I'm a big believer in the fact that life is really hard and that there are a lot of tough seasons that we go through as human beings. And it's important to be able to take that space when you need it and trust. It's kind of like a free fall into a group of people, like a trust exercise where you just have to trust that people understand and are supportive. And I know that this audience that I have here on YouTube is the best, most gracious and supportive audience ever. So thank you guys in advance for understanding and supporting my need for a little bit of a reset. And I'm already planning things for the end of the year, and I can't wait to do a bunch of my year-end videos when I come back. It's going to be great. So I think I'm going to come back very refreshed, recharged, have had a chance to catch up on some things, and I'm going to be very excited to come back and see you guys at the end of October-ish. So I hope that for you guys this October, you're able to find a little bit of space to breathe, a little bit of space to unplug and remove yourself from the incredible amount of noise in the world, and just recenter with your priorities and lean into the people around you, because that's what really matters, and it's important for you to take care of you so that you can take care of them. So anyways, you guys are the absolute best. I love you all. I hope you have a fabulous October, and I can't wait to hear all about your reading when I come back, and I will see you very soon. Have a great month. Read some 5-star reads, and I will see you in the next video.